All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Bailey here. I'm super excited for today's video because this breakthrough I'm about to share is happening real time right now for me. So I'm really excited to get to talk through it, share about it. I'm envisioning a lot of aha moments and also possibly a lot of triggering moments, right? But stay with me. Remember those moments that push that comfort zone, push that past knowing. That's where the growth gets to happen, right? So really take those in, pay attention to how you're feeling throughout the video. So this concept breakthrough was spurred yesterday. I was with my husband at church, and our pastor is doing a series on who is God, right? And there was a lot of words about like compassion and grace and love. And then he introduced a scripture, paraphrasing, but essentially the concept of, and will punish those who are guilty up to 2 to 3 generations. And it was like, whoa, like that sounds kind of extreme, right? Just like, oh, loving. And then also this side, this belief that, and if you are so bad, right, if you push past into the bad zone, you will be punished, right? Not only you're punished, but now up to 2 to 3 generations are going to be punished, right? And the word and concept punishment for me feels very charged, right? When do we punish? When do we want to punish? When they are pissing us off, right? Our kids. It's like, you're not listening, you're not getting in the car, so I'm going to now inflict upon you and punish you, right? It's intentions of don't do it again, listen to me right now, you need to learn a lesson. So because of what you've done, I'm going to take it upon myself to punish you. Okay. And when you apply that concept onto God or universe, source, whatever really resonates with you, then that sounds kind of scary, right? It's I believe old programming in order to keep people in line. And that's the reason, right? To be more controllable, to really inhibit what people are going to do, right? It's just not supportive. It's, pushing down upon. Um, and so just didn't really sit well with me yesterday. It was like, yeah, we'll punish for up to this. And I was like, I just don't really believe that. And so went about my day, didn't really think much about it, but woke up this morning with a shift in perspective that was like, oh, that's how I get to interpret this. That's how I get to understand and apply this to myself. Okay. And the first step was taking emotion out of God's use of punishment. Okay, because again, my version is very angry, spiteful. You're being punished. You are bad. You have done something so bad that you now deserve these consequences. Okay. And so I was like, okay, let's take emotion out of it. Then what that means to me, what that relates to me is a natural attraction of natural consequences based on energy. Okay, so think about this. If you have in you some fear-based beliefs, some denser, lower frequency emotions within you, and you're acting out of those places. Okay, you're acting out of anger, you're acting out of aggression, you're acting out of envy, right? Then you aren't just doing those behaviors, right? Behaviors are just such the top layer that it's, behavior into the thought, the choice, and really the root of it is what is that belief? Okay, and beliefs are held by that energy, by that frequency. Okay, so if I'm rooted in low, dense energies, acting from that, what I'm going to naturally do is attract more of that into my life. Okay? Because what our frequency is, what we emit, I always think of it as like that's kind of like the bracket in which we are living. Okay? If I'm staying at this angry, aggressive, spiteful, envious space, I'm behaving from that space, I'm attracting into my world things that represent that naturally. There is no emotion. This is not you are being looked upon. And because you are so bad, the universe or God is now going to punish you. Okay. Because old programming of if I'm too bad or if I do something so bad, if I do something wrong, then I have to be in fear from this outside entity coming in and punishing me. Okay. What emotions then follow punishment? What emotions follow doing something bad, right? Shame, guilt. We see it, we've done, we're being punished or yelled at, maybe by a parent, someone else, and now it's, I'm so bad. Look what I have done. Shame, 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 guilt, guilt, guilt. Very, 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 very low, dense energies are now being absorbed into you. Okay. And this just knocks off that self love. This knocks off that knowing of worthiness, that knocks away at the truth that I am good, right? The core of who I am, my soul, I am good. But when we live in a world where it's normalized to experience, you have done this, I'm deciding, I'm ruling judgment that that is bad. I'm ruling judgment that you shouldn't do that. So I'm going to then inflict a punishment, right? Just think about the energies, think about what emotions this is feeling in you, right? Punishment is such a supercharged word to me. It just feels very angry and spiteful, just like, I'm going to get you, right? Fear into that. There's a lack of imbalance of power, right? I'm this thing, you have done bad, you are bad. Here is your deserving punishment. Okay. So instead, New World gets to understand I am my energy, I am my frequency. What I emit will come back to me, kind of like a karma type approach to this. Okay. Then we get to release that God is going to punish me if I am bad. The universe is going to punish me for my wrongdoings, and instead accept what I emit will be returned to me. But this is not a judgment upon you. This is not a matter of what I'm deserving of, right? Because when we live in, well, I did this wrong and I just yelled at my kid again. I'm a terrible mom. Oh my gosh, they're never going to love me. I just keep sucking at this so bad. It's like story, negativity, negativity, right? Pushing yourself down, just knocking away at the truths of who you are and what you're capable of. Okay. So in terms of parenting, right? Because, there's still, I know we are the models, we are the teachers, we are supporting the evolvement and development and growth of our children, right? So how, when something is occurring, can you not go into punishment? Okay. I was at the park the other day. This woman, daughter wouldn't come down from something. I'm not really too sure, but mom was getting upset about it. It was like, when we go home, no TV for you. So you're not listening. That's making me mad. I'm going to now take something away, right? Punishment, no TV for you. The daughter was like, okay, fine. Mom got more upset. What did she do? More punishment, right? Okay, well, no TV today or tomorrow. Better come down. No TV today or tomorrow. You're not listening. Come down now. So I was like, okay. It's like, none of that and no dessert. It was like the more the mom got upset and the less the child reacted, she just kept wanting to push into the child, right? I'm going to take away something until you listen. I'm going to make you more upset, right? I'm going to infringe this upon you until you do what I say. Okay, how powerless did that mom feel? When I'm in the same moments of just like, don't say this, don't say that, don't do it, how powerless am I believing myself to be? Right. And then on top of that, what am I telling myself her behavior says about me? Right. She doesn't respect me. She's going to be a little brat, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, I'm judging this. I need to fix this, change it. I need to get back in my power. So let me punish them until they do as I say. Okay. So a shift within you, again, in those moments, just don't say anything, right? I catch myself of like, even just today, we're in the locker room, we went swimming, we had to get changed. So then kids go to the childcare. I was going to do a workout. My daughter didn't like the clothes I brought and was just naked. Like, no, not going to get dressed, not going to get dressed. I saw my hour workout turn into a 50-minute workout, 45-minute workout, 35-minute workout. And I was like, oh my God, get your freaking clothes on, right? And I felt in myself, as the anger came, I heard myself being like, take away something, right? Punish her. We're not going to do this again. Or no TV when we get home, right? Punish you. You will listen to me. Okay. Because it's been normalized that that's what happens. God punishes you if you're bad enough, right? Instead, how can I move into at least neutrality, right? Take a step back, things like that. Catch what you're going to say and recognize, where is this coming from? What is the intention that I'm bringing forth with these words, with this action, right? Am I wanting to be angry? I'm hurting. I want to hurt her so that she listens, so that it stops my pain, essentially, right? That's where punishment stems from, is I don't like this. This needs to stop. You're being wrong. You're doing it bad. So I'm going to put something upon you to then make you so sad, so upset, get through to you so that you stop and listen. Okay, that's what we're practicing with punishment. That's what we're inflicting in them when we come from punishment. Okay, so practice shifting into, how do I get to support first our connection? How do I get to remain in connection? How do I balance myself to not break this in this moment? So that could be walking away, counting to 10, letting your partner take over, something like that. And then, okay, possibilities. How else can this look? Right? How else can she be feeling? Right? Because I'm looking at it as, you're 3. I want to do a workout. Let's get our clothes on. This is pointless. In her mind, she may be fearing something. There may be something going on. So start asking questions like, what do you need right now? How are you feeling right now? Why don't you want to put your clothes on? How can we work together? Right? If every time you were upset or have done something, if you were approached with, why do we make those choices? What's going on with you? What do you need? Why was this your route of attention? Because you're feeling unloved, as opposed to a different route, right? Because if they feel that it's, this action was wrong, so it can go backwards, right? This feeling was wrong, this thought was wrong, I am wrong, just ignore, right? They aren't dealing with what that need is. They aren't dealing with the belief, and they aren't dealing with the gap in what they want, what they need, and their reality. Okay, so supporting on asking those questions, opening them up, what's really going on behind this, right? And then coming into what is a more natural um, consequence happening from what they emitted? What is something that would be natural to that? Okay, my friend, I love this thing she's brought up, like, if you're walking with your kid, brand new favorite shoes, they want to jump in the puddle. You're like, if you jump in the puddle, your shoes are gonna get dirty. We can't wear them anymore today, blah, blah. They do it. That was their free will. The natural consequence is, okay, like we said, shoes are dirty. I have to clean them. You can't wear them anymore. That's just a consequence of having muddy shoes, right? I went to a jungle gym. My daughter was stuck up top. When it come down, it's time to go. Um, when she came down, I was like, if I can't trust you to leave when it's time, we can't come back here. Because if you're in this giant climbing tower, I can't just hop up in there and get you, right? So explaining, if you do this, we can't come here because I can't trust you to come down, right? We need to work together on when it's time, we need to leave. So I get to practice prepping when time to leave is, we're finding ways to get that through to her so she knows, okay, it is getting time, it's really time, let me leave because I want to come back, right? But if she was up there, she comes down, if I go into anger, spanking, no TV, no dessert when you get home, it just doesn't follow with what the actions were. That's just me wanting to express my anger onto her and make her feel bad for what she's done. Again, powerlessness. That's victim, right? I'm victim to her, victim to what's been going on. I want to change. I want to get rid of my anger. Here's how I'm going to do it. Right? So just really moving into punishment as a consciousness. Okay. Do you want to tap into that? Okay. Do you want to tap into that person you would be while having these punishments? Okay. My husband's always worried about when I talk about things like this, like, I just don't want them growing up crazy. I don't want them disrespecting us and never listening to us. And that's a belief, right? If we don't punish them, if we don't make them learn these lessons, they're going to do things over and over again. So we get to erase that with, we get to support them in the development of their beliefs so that the belief, the core rooted reason for our behaviors, exists differently. Okay, an example of that could be sharing, right? I got 3.5 and a 1.5-year-old. They get in fights, right? The sharing stuff, it's always like, oh my God, can I just have 1,000 of everything so that this is never an issue? But it is. And I'm coming into, just allowing more things to play out. But in terms of sharing, you deal with the behavior, like you address the behavior, right? Like we don't yank things from brother. How can we talk to him? How can we, changing up that happening? But the truth is that they are in fear of someone having what they want because there is a rooted belief of lack. So my job as mom is to replace lack with abundance, right? If my kids didn't believe that there would be a lack of toys, there'd be a lack to their happiness, they better hold on to because this is the only toy that's going to work, right? If they didn't believe in that lack, they wouldn't behave in those manners. Makes sense? So it's replacing with, how do I, first off, heal within myself, replace that belief in myself, practice that within myself, and portray that to them, right? It's not about making them stop fighting or making her share. It's about supporting them and knowing he can have that toy, and there are other possibilities for me to be happy, right? I can give up my turn because there's going to be more turns. Okay. I can, work on this together because I know that, again, there's just more options. If I don't like this, I can change, or there's going to be more time. There's going to be more opportunities to play with this toy. That is what we get to address as moms, as parents. Okay, so you coordinate the behavior, you address it to how can you model what we're asking looks like? How can you model, taking the turns? But really, what's really important is how do I replace this belief? What are these behaviors showing me exists in their belief center? Okay, at the core of what they believe about themselves. And sorry, a little text came up from my husband. Support what they believe is true about the world. Okay, so with this punishment in particular, you're replacing the belief that if I am bad, if I do wrong, if I show up in a certain way, so being in fear of our behaviors, in fear of that judgment, then there's going to be a power that comes and punishes me, that teaches me I am bad. I can't do that, teaches me this lesson. Right? And instead, into what I believe, the intentions and manner in which I show up sends out a frequency, and I'm going to receive what I give out. I'm going to experience more of who I embody, of what I am embodying. It's a natural, energetic consequence, not a emotional, judgmental happening upon me. Okay. Feel the power difference. If I believe that what I behave, how I show up will be reflected, then I have the power then to show up in the way that I desire. I have the power then to shift within myself. Right. But if I'm in fear of an entity, mom, dad, teacher, God, universe, if I'm in fear of them judging me, deciding this was bad, this was so bad, right, pass into that zone of punishable, then I will be inflicted upon. Okay. So again, with your kids, step out of that anger space, step out of that inflicting desire, right? When you're in pain, to then cause the pain and make your pain stop, survival, into what is more natural, what goes with this behavior, right? You're playing ball, you broke something, there's no more ball in the house. Simple rule, right? You keep doing it, mommy has the balls, right? And I'll support you in practicing no balls in the house, right? How are you supporting their growth, right? And then looking at what is the core belief here that is stemming and fueling these behaviors. Do I agree with that belief? If not, how do I get to support that shift? Again, if it's within, if you see it, it's likely within you yourself, right? Excuse me. So how to get to heal that, shift that, grow that within myself, and then how do I get to support their new belief of the way that I do believe would be my truth and the world's truth. Okay, so again, I'm going to keep spending some more time on this. This is a brand new breakthrough for myself as well, a new shift in myself. Love to hear your thoughts. What is a takeaway? I'm just going to be coming in more and more frequently. So push that subscribe button if this meant a lot to you. Push the like. Also, on my Instagram linked up as well. Join me in there. shorter tips, tricks, little daily things on implementing your awakened self, right? As you're changing your thoughts, your beliefs. It's how do I make this into my world, right? How do I start parenting from this space? Um, so let's practice and learn together. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.